list the 23 prompts for the 23rd of January in 2023. The ones I came up with 40 of each, 40 list of 40 materials. That's my dog. List of 40 tools, random prompts, 40 genre, or you can say subject, theme. There's 40 of those. And then for color, there's six different colors. We picked 2 of those random, and then there'll be 2 wild cards, and then one 1 through 4 a substrate. I picked one number, 1 through 4, a random number. So this time I got, for example, 2. So it'll be on a journal page paper. Other options are see collage, glue book, cardstock, ATC, tag, postcard. This is gonna be for a journal page because I picked number 2 randomly out of 1 through 4. And for the colors, randomly I ended up getting 4 and 5. 4 being neutrals, gray, browns, ochres, off-whites. And then I also got 5, which is the black and white, and then shades of that, like gray. For the wild cards, I chose a color to add to that. I want to pop a color, so from one of my 2 wild cards is for warm colors, which will be, I'm going to use reds, kind of a golden yellowish orange color, and maybe some pink, because I can use some of that white to do that. And for what I chose here randomly for materials is napkin, feather, embossing powder, colored pencil, ephemera, and ink pad. Those are the materials I can use. The tools I can use are alpha letters, such as alpha stamps or stencils as a tool. Beads as a tool, sponge, balloon, palette knife, pen. For a wild card, I chose stamps, so I can use it with my ink pad. That's my second wild card. For genre or subject topic, I randomly picked these numbers, and it's bugs, floral, geology, ethnic realism, architecture. I was thinking kind of like getting an idea of what it would be. I'm thinking like man versus nature, elements. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. The bugs, and I also wrote to here this side. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Colors and black and white, neutral colors, violet color, warm colors. I have substrate, general paper. So over here, I kind of loosely came to some ideas of what I would use for these, like a napkin. We use a light color for a background as for the napkin. I have a pigeon feather. I'm gonna use maybe some texture. The only thing I can use in that would be the embossing powder or the ink pad because the feather is a oh, the feather's material. There'd be feathers in it. Never mind. Okay, I have to add feathers in there somehow. Anyway, maybe some little down feathers or something for my pillow. I don't know. Anyway, okay. And black and white clear embossing powder, color pencil. I'm gonna use black, whites, browns, ochres, and color pencil. For the ephemera, I'm gonna use some floral warm color type ephemera. We'll see. I don't have anything in mind, but I'm gonna kind of look for something like that. And then ink pad, I'm gonna use black ink pad because those are between the colors I can choose from. That, and probably I'll use some brown. I'll use maybe some browns and umbers and stuff. I don't know. Sienna or I don't know. And then for tools, I wrote letters and stamps for the alphabet. Some maybe wooden beads to use to roll on the ink pad, and then kind of transfer it onto the paper. So it's kind of turned out to be sort of like, well, it's going to be a journal page. Put sea sponge for this sponge, balloon, palette knife. I'll have to figure out how to use that with one of these materials here again. Maybe with the embossing powder and the ink pad, maybe we can make some textual marks on the paper. And then of course, you know, it's embossing powder, so I'll use my heat tool to heat it. I'm gonna use clear, black, and white embossing powders. I'm not gonna use any color. I don't think I have anything in it, just fine, because I don't want a pop of red and orange in there, and that's just gonna be, and then maybe some napkin with floral on it. Stamps, I have some Tim Holtz insect stamps that are the realistic ones, so that's good, because in here, one of my things for my subject is realism. Geology and architecture, probably going to find some magazines. Cut some images out of magazines for that. World napkin, like I said, bugs would be the stamps I'm going to use. So that's what I'm going to use for these things here. And then, you know, the body is pretty self-explanatory, other than the fact that black and white, but I'm going to use black and white what? Can't use paint because that's not one of my options. Materials is ink pad and color pencil and embossing powder, the only three actual materials as far as, you know, ink pad, color pencil, embossing powder. So for the colors, here I have those three things to choose from for colors, right? So black and white, I'm going to use embossing powder and pen and ink. For the neutral colors, I'm going to use my color pencils. And wild card warm colors, I'm going to use probably color pencils and clear embossing powder and red, gold, and pink. Journal page, I'm going to use one of my pages I'm doing page by page sort of collage sort of thing in my journal, so that's what it'll be on page, and I can add it to a 3-ring binder that I have. So these are the 23 prompts. 2 of them are wild cards, so it was 21. These other 21 prompts were all randomly chosen 1 through 40 21 times to go for each one. You know, first I did 6 of these, 6 materials, 6 tools, 6 genre subject, 2 for color, 1 for substrate, and then the 2 wild cards. Picking the wild cards is because you can pick the wild cards. You can pick anything on this entire. It could be a color, it could be a substrate, it could be a tool, a material, it could be whatever you want. It's 2 wild cards. So I chose one of them as a color, the other one is a tool. And so this is kind of like I kind of come up with this kind of like something I've been wanting to do. I wanted to do it last year too for 22, but it just never happened. So I put this list together the other day, this list the other day. Looking through it, I come up with some other things I like better. So I'm probably gonna find some here that kind of don't make a lot of sense. Like, what would you even do with that? I don't know. We'll see. Probably if anyone has any suggestions to add to this list, which I will need to. I mean, the thing is like, I mean, those are the prompts for everybody. So, but this is what I chose from. That's just showing you the list I went through to choose 21 prompts out of that. And then of course 2 wild cards. I use this list rather than picking numbers. So this is what it is. This is what it is for January. For February, I've used the same list. We'll put 23 numbers randomly. I'll do it live next time, and start working on it. So I'm posting this now because a little bit later when I get a chance, I need to get all these things together. So I need to go and gather up a bunch of this stuff, right? So I have it all handy in a bin or something. All my, basically, you know, these color pencils I'm looking for, these sponges, all this stuff that's here. Have it all ready to go. And that way, these prompts, you know in advance what they are. You can use them how you want to, in the order that you want them, which is how I kind of prefer to do prompts. Maybe it's just, I don't know what, OCD in me or something, but I feel like I want to be able to really figure it all out before I actually start it. I don't know why that's me, but the prompts are still prompts, and they're random. I picked them randomly out of, how many different ones is there? 40, you know, 80, it's 120 different prompts just for those 3. And then an additional, I already forgot what it was, when I say 120, 126, 204 different prompts here if you add them all up. So I come out, you know, it took some thought. Try to think of some things, unusual stuff, and do it differently than I've seen anyone else has done it. So I think we could just try something a little different, having the prompts up front, and having actually a kind of a direction rather than just being all completely random. I like to have something in each category, like, okay, what materials, what tools, you know, what subject matter, the color, And I thought this could is a formula for doing something that that you might really like, and doing a piece of art with this, and really having to think about it and how you want to go about it. I think this will be fun. I'm doing this. If people want to join me, that's great. But for me, I just think this is something really I need right now. That's basically more than anything. I feel this is something that would work for me, and so this is why I want to do this. And if anyone joins, that'd be freaking awesome. And I will later do a video, probably live on StreamYard. Right now my dog's barking. I'm not set up. I'm holding my phone. I'm not set up yet to do live, but I do want to do this live after I get all these materials together, and put it on this table, and and just spread out. I have everything I need on this table, and bam, let's just see how it goes. Let's just see if I can do it in 23 minutes. That would be kind of funny. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? If everything, maybe I could do it in 23 minutes. If I have everything together first, it's possible. If it's all there in front of me, let's see if we can make that happen. It'd be interesting. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.